Hello everyone, welcome Lead School at Home. We have started fourth chapter in economics of Unit 5, Class 10 NCERT, that is Globalization and the Indian Economy. In previous video, we have studied production across countries. Now we will move towards on next page, that is interlinking production across countries. Please student, put your textbook in front of you while watching this video and be ready with your pen, pencil and notebook. In general, MNC set up production where it close to the market. In previous video, we have seen what is the meaning of MNCs. MNCs means multinational companies where their business activities going on different countries, means their designing is in another country about production, then manufacture in another country, then they will take a raw material for production from another country, then they make finished good in different country and they sold their goods in another country. These activities involving in the MNC where there is skilled and unskilled labor available at low cost, and we have seen in production they hire skilled as well as unskilled labor at low cost, and where the availability of other factors of production is assured, where the availability of other factors means electricity, then production required raw material, means these factors they can consider. In addition, MNCs might look for government policies that look after their interest, and MNC also see what are the government policies are there in that country. You will read more about the policies later in the chapter, and near about some policies we will look at the end of this chapter. Having assured themselves of these conditions, MNCs set up factories and offices for production. MNCs assured and themselves of these conditions, MNC set up their factories and offices for production. The money that is spent to buy assets such as land, building, machines and other equipment is called investment. Means when they set up their factories and offices, then they can invest their money on land, building, machines and other equipment for the production. Investment made by MNCs is called foreign investment, and they are investing their own money in production process, and this investment is called as foreign investment. Any investment is made with the hope that these assets will be earn profit, and this investment is made for only profit, means they want profit after selling their goods in the market. In the next page, at time MNCs set up production jointly with some of the local companies of these countries. At some time MNCs set up production jointly means they can make joint venture with the local companies. Previously, we have seen joint venture in Hero and Honda companies. Then we are seeing the joint venture in Vodafone and Idea service providers. The benefits to the local company of such joint production is twofold, and whatever benefits to the local companies of such joint production is twofold, and in this way they can take benefits of the local government. First, MNCs can provide money for additional investment like buying new machines for faster production. First, MNC can provide money for additional investment like buying new machines for faster production. Means after the joint venture, MNC gives money to the company for buying production requirements. Second, MNCs might bring with them the latest technology for production. Then second, MNC will bring the latest technology of production in that company for making the production process easily and in the fast way. They can use some latest technology. Those technology were invented in other countries. Now we will move towards on next page. But the most common route for MNCs investment is to buy up local companies and then to expand production. Most common route for MNC investment is to buy up local companies and then to expand production. In previous page we have seen MNC first they can make joint venture with the local company and then MNC expand their production. MNCs with the huge wealth can quite easily to do so. Because of its wealth, MNC can do this process easily. Means they can expand their production with the help of latest technologies with the skilled and unskilled worker. To take an example, we will see one example, that is Cargill Foods, a very large American MNC. We will see one example, that is Cargill Foods is a very large American company, has bought over smaller Indian companies such as Parak Foods. Parak Foods had built a large marketing network in various parts of India where its brand was well reputed. Means first that Cargill Food jointly worked with the local company, that is Parak Foods. Then they captured the market where Parak Food has well reputed. Also, Parak Food had 4 oil refineries whose control has now shifted to Cargill. Because of joint venture, that Parak Foods had their own oil refineries, means 4 oil refineries were there, and that control now shifted to Cargill. Cargill is now the largest producer of edible oil in India, and in this way this Cargill MNC capture whole share from that Parak food. And now Cargill is the largest producer of edible oil in India with a capacity to make 5 million pouches daily. And this Cargill MNC now selling in a day near about 5 million pouches of oil. I think you are understood about how MNC work in the countries with the help of local companies. Means how British established their colonies in India. In the same way MNC do their work. Now, in fact, many of the top MNCs have well exceeding the entire budgets of the developing country governments. Many of the top MNCs have well exceeding the entire budget of the developing country. Means whatever budget is there of one country, that wealth MNC has. With such environments, well, imagine the power and influence of these MNCs. See, such enormous wealth means this huge world. Imagine the power and influence means what power MNC has. It is the one of the powerful dominance company around the world. There's another way in which MNCs control production. We have seen how they can make their profit by using joint venture, and there is another way in which now MNC control production. Large MNCs in developed countries place orders for production with small producers. Now in the second, now how the MNC capture market in another way. Now we are seeing, and in that large MNCs in developed countries place orders for production with small producers. Those are garments, footwear, sports items are example of industries where production is carried out by a large number of small producers around the world. Means they can take small producers like garments, footwears, then those who are make sports item. First, they can hire these producers. See here, one photo has shown here. See here, women at home in Ludhiana making footballs for large MNCs. See, in this way, they can first capture the production. The products are supplied to the MNCs, and after the finished this work, these producers supply their product to the MNCs. See here, again one example has given here, that is jeans produced in developing countries being sold in USA for rupees, see this, 6,500, means in dollar that is 145. Which then sells these under their own branded names to the customers, and they can label their brand on that product and sell those products to the customer. These large MNCs have a tremendous power to determine price then quality, then delivery and labor conditions for these distance producers. MNC companies have a tremendous power to determine, to evaluate price, quality, delivery, and labor conditions. In this way, we can see how the MNC captured small producers by giving them less price. They can also have a power to determine price, quality, delivery, and labor condition. And in this way, they can capture the market. Let's see what will be happen. Thus, we see that there are a variety of ways in which the MNCs are spreading their production and interacting with local producers in various countries across the globe. We see that there are the variety of ways, means by making joint venture, then hiring producers. In this way, in which the MNCs are spreading their production and interaction with the local producers in various countries in the world. By setting up a partnership with the local companies, by using the local companies for supplies, by closing competing with the local companies or buying them up, MNCs are exerting a strong influence on production at these distant locations. How MNCs grab their name by setting up a partnership with the local companies, we have seen. Then by using the local companies for supplies, then by closely competing with the local companies or buying them. In this way, MNC influence their production at these distant locations. In this way, they can capture the market. As a result, production in these widely disparate locations is getting interlinked, and in this way, MNC production in these widely disparate locations is getting interlinked. Now we will move towards on next page. On this page, let's work these out. Is that in that read the passage on the left, means this passage we have to read and answer the questions. Now we will read the passage and you have to give the answers of the questions. Please student, this is a homework for you. Ford Motors, an American company, is one of the world's largest automobile manufacturers with the production spread over 26 countries of the world. I think you are very well known that about automobile company, that is Ford Motors. Mainly it manufactured four-wheeler cars, and company's production spread near about 26 countries around the world. Ford Motors came to India in 1995 and spent rupees 1700 crore to set up a large plant near Chennai. When Ford Motor came in India in 1995, and he set up a plant near Chennai, and on that plant he spent 1700 crore for setup. This was done in collaboration with Mahindra and Mahindra, who helped Mahindra and Mahindra, and it is an Indian company. a major Indian manufacturer of jeeps and trucks. By the year 2014, Ford Motors was selling 77,000 cars in the Indian market. And with the help of Mahindra and Mahindra, by the 2014, Ford Motors was selling 77,000 cars in the Indian market, while another 77,000 cars were exported from India to South Africa, Mexico and Brazil. And again 77,000 cars were exported from India to different countries, mainly South Africa, Mexico and Brazil. The company wants to develop Ford India as a component supplying base for its other plants across the globe. See, this MNC company wants to develop Ford India as a component supply base for its other plants across the globe. I hope student you understood it better. Now once again you can read the passage with comprehension and answer these 7 questions. Now next part we will see in next video. If any queries there, please ask your queries, we will clarify it. Thank you.